welcome to the Mirror Sphere. I am Daniel, your host. How is everyone doing? I hope you all had a great week, a great weekend. A happy 4th. I hope you're all staying safe and staying healthy. But today, the video I'm doing is on the second book to the Summer Trilogy by Tara Mathru. I'm sure I butchered that. If you comments again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. I'm terrible at names. But yeah, this is the second book, and it is as good as the first. The first book left you with a big hanging, and this book kind of does the same. But it definitely is worth the read. So if you were interested in my last video for the novice, and you picked it up, I highly suggest you continue this book series. Get all three if you can. I have the third one already. I went and picked up both this one and the third book, the Battle Mage. Yeah, Battle Mage is right here. And I'll be starting to read that next. It's a great book. I don't want to spoil anything, but I actually, there was a thing in the first book that I kind of suspected was kind of happening with his main demon. And something happens in the second book that confirms it in my mind what his main demon is. I don't know if he was trying to hint at it in the first book, but there was parts of the first book I was like, salamander. Well, if you've read this first book, I suggest you go watch my review of that one if you haven't. Definitely go pick it up, because spoiler warning, there will be a little bit of spoilers here near the end, and I will give big spoiler warnings. But if you read the first book, so this is a spoiler warning for the first book. If you read the first book, you know that he picked up his first demon, and he accidentally summoned his first demon, which was a salamander demon, or they think is what a salamander demon is. But I've always had a feeling that it was something so much more. And very important. In the first book, he actually has a dream where he sees an orc chieftain being handed a salamander. And throughout the first book, his salamander is strong and it's a rare demon, but there's something. He kind of hints that there's something more important about this demon than meets the eye. It's a fire demon that can spew fire. But there's something else. And in the second book, which I will spoil later, I will do a spoiler warning for, it has something to do with that demon. And it kind of already clicked in the first book, what I was suspecting. And so in the second book, it kind of cemented it in my mind what his main demon really is. But, yeah, the first book, he thinks that he is the son of one of the lords. We make him a noble. And, the book ends pretty much. The first book ends how, he's thrown in prison. Which the second book opens up as it's a year later. He's been in prison for a year. And he's about to go on trial. And that was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed how the trial went through, all the ups and the downs. You're on the edge of your seat the entire time while you're reading it. It is true that a lot of these books, I know some people don't like the fantasy and stuff because the main character is going to win. But at least he puts Fletcher, the main character, he puts Fletcher through some shit, which I am happy to say. So, good job. I think he did really well writing his character. And the characters of actually, you did a real good job writing all the different characters. You definitely feel the difference in their voices. That's the big thing I'm worried about my book is, hey, can you see the difference in the people's voices? Can you tell different personalities of all the different characters? He does a very good job of doing this. And, every writer, including my book I am working on, that we want to make sure the characters don't seem all bland and all the same. And they have to put them through stuff. So I am glad to say that the second book did not disappoint whatsoever. It was very good, very well written. And now that and it still leaves you off in a kind of strange situation, which I was kind of like, I knew it was coming. I was getting to the end, and I knew I was getting, like, you know, the little pages left. I was like, oh crap, this is going to end horribly, and I'm going to have to. But it's good though I already got the third book, because excuse me, I cannot wait to pick it up and read the third book. But it was really good, really good. And you know, he definitely, I don't know if he was inspired by Tolkien, but you definitely can feel a Tolkien vibe. And I know that's what inspires my writing. So what Tolkien does, you know, the hero's journey, the struggles of life. But no, you know, I'm no Tolkien. Not even close. Tolkien was a master. You know, I'm not a professional writer at all yet. And I'm not even a schooled one, but I'm doing what I can. I'm working with my brother, who's a great editor. He's not a professional editor, but he's pretty good at doing what he does. And he's working his butt off trying to get this done. So, still hoping to get my book out by December. I want to thank the author, again, I have to read his name, Taran Matharu, for his great stories. And he commented in my last video, which was really cool. So thank you for seeing my video and liking and commenting. It was great to talk to you. I will leave a description. I will leave a link to the description of my thing that goes to a place called geeksandgamers.com, where the first 3 chapters of my book I posted. If you watch this video, if he's interested in reading the first 3 chapters of my book, which is a very small part of my book, I have no idea how big that first book is going to get. But when I was done writing it, and as we were editing it and it was expanding, I was like, oh crap, there's no way I'm going to fit all this in one book. So I had to split it in half. And I know where I'm doing, so I know where the story can end in the first book, the continue in the second book. And hopefully I can get a book out every year. To every year and a half is my goal. If I can't get out in a whole year, I will definitely get it done in a year and a half. And I'm hoping after the first book starts selling, I will be able to pay for professional work too, because I'm doing this out of all of my own pocket. So it's an interesting fun. It's fun, but it's terrifying at the same time. I bet the author of this book, was also terrified when his first book was getting done. So I'm just glad I'm here. I'm glad I have this platform to talk with my fans, to talk to all of you, to let you guys, get to hear. I have 41 subs now. Thank everyone for joining. But now is time for spoilers. So, if you do not want to be spoiled about this book, please end the video now. And if you're still watching and you just not worried about spoilers, that's great, because I'm kind of the same way. Certain things I don't want to be spoiled on, but certain things I do. So, as I was going to say about his demon, in the first book, I had suspicions that Icarus, I think is what he called it. I gotta remember what he called the demon's name. But the salamander demon that he has wasn't really a salamander at all. It was a baby dragon. I know in the first book, I was like, oh man, if he only had like little wings or something, he would be a baby dragon. There's a part in this book where they go near the end, where they're underground under the pyramid of the orcs, in the orc territory, and his salamander demon goes into the pool of lava, and he starts sucking out power and mana from Fletcher, and he's getting bigger. Not much bigger, because he would have been, something would have happened. It would have really surprised all of them. But I had a feeling something was happening within that pool. And clicked. He is a baby dragon, and he needs the mana constantly pouring into him, and lava, hot, fiery element. With both of those combined, he starts to grow into his true form. And I have a feeling, and also the orc, the main orc, who's a albino orc, who's their leader, also has one. And it is shown that the orcs or the humans, whoever gets this demon, pretty much wins every 1,000 years. And that's when it figured it out. It was a dragon. The demon is a dragon from the ether, and they have to grow it. And that dragon they have to either, pretty much whoever gets the dragon first will set it on the other one. So I hope, what I'm thinking in the third book is it's going to delve into his Ignis becoming something way more, a fire dragon or something, which is really interesting. I really thought that was a cool way to do that, so good on him. And yeah, it did, and there was a part in the book that did surprise the fuck out of me. Holy crap. There's a traitor in the second book. It's a big spoiler warning, okay? Do not watch this if you don't have any inclined to be spoiled about this part, because there's, even in the first book and the second book, someone has been pretty much sabotaging Fletcher, making his life living hell. Turns out it's someone I did not see coming at all. And I'm not going to spoil the whole thing. I'm just going to kind of overview, okay? That person shocked who it was that was the actual one, shocked the fuck out of me, because throughout the book I thought it was going to be either his main enemy or another one, and it turns out it was the one person I never inspected. And holy crap, when he finally reveals his true self, that he's a racist that hates, doesn't want the races to mix, he doesn't, he only believes in purity and all this stuff, it really is surprising. Because, Jesus, I did not see this guy coming like that at all. And yeah, it was the least expected person I ever expected it to be. And yeah, it was interesting. There's a budding love between him and the elf chick. I hope that kind of goes through, because I do like her as a character and him. And I think it would be cool to see an elf, him fall in love with the elf and her to fall in love with him. Yeah, but unfortunately there's a part in the book that kind of makes her a little bit angry at him, because they have a moment and you're like, yeah, guy's girl, and then her demon dies, and yeah, it sucked. But anyways, that's my review. It was definitely really good. The book was great. Please go out and get these books, guys. They're really good and worth the purchase. And I got mine for $10.99, I think. So it wasn't too bad, and definitely worth that. I would pay $20, but I don't have all the funds in the world. But hey, I have the little update on what's going on with my book. I have the artist who is helping me with the cover and some of the character designs. He showed me a preview of the art that he's been doing. He's doing my main character, Arthas, and one of the demons. And the demon looks fucking awesome. I mean, it blew my mind, because what I was thinking was nothing compared to what he did in the end. So I'm like, damn, that's going to be cool looking on the cover. And Arthas looks badass too. There's a couple things I had him change about it that kind of more what I envisioned him to be, but for the most part, it did a great job with him. And I cannot wait to get this on the cover and to really show, what it's going to look like. And I hope you guys like it. Also, my logo is hopefully almost done. I have a logo guy working on it right now. When my logo gets done, I'm going to have my brother set up a Teespring store. So hopefully it'll be done soon. He started on it about last week, and I can't wait to start seeing what he's coming up with. And hopefully my logo will be done. It'll be badass, and one that anybody would love to wear, their hat or a shirt or a mug or something. I don't know. We'll see what they do. Other than that, I just want to thank you all for coming. Thank you for watching my videos, and to the author of these books, thank you very much for the great work you've done. These are very good, and I can't wait to keep reading more from you. I will definitely be picking up the third book probably tonight and start reading it. When I picked up the second book, I went through 15 chapters without putting it down. So, yeah, it was good, and thank you. In this time when the world is divided and people are just going nuts, sometimes it's good to have escapism. Unfortunately, a lot of our TV shows and movies and franchises that we've loved for years have gone not down the path we wanted. And sometimes we need to, just step away, pick up a good book, or create something ourselves. And that's why I started writing my book, is because I want something. I'm a fan of fantasy and sci-fi, and I want to create something that fans can love for a very long time, who can read it and enjoy it. And if I turn it from novels to comics next, it would be great. I'm talking with the guy who's doing my art. He's actually a comic book artist. I'm part of Comicsgate, which is a group of great people, men, women, straight, unstraight, it doesn't matter. And they just want to, they don't want to be mainstream anymore. They're tired of the mainstream politics of comics. They're tired of the cancel culture, and they're trying to create their own stuff. And what I want to do is I want to help out that community by, after my novels start getting out, is have a comics book line come out that follows either this story, or what I want to do is pre-book, have the comic do a pre-book to the novels, and then I'll have a couple of the characters later on when they go different ways. Let's say comic to follow one of the characters or something. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just going to give the idea up to the Comicsgate guys, sit down with them when these books are selling, and if they're popular, I can go, hey, let's start an Indiegogo. I want you guys to do this. Here's a story I have. These are overall story. Here are the characters. I will sit down with the writer, whoever, because I'm not a comic book writer. I mean, I'm not even a novel writer, really, but I'm definitely not a comic book writer. There's a different kind of writing style. And so I would love to sit down with a comics writer when all this is said and done and be like, hey, here's the story. Here's my plan for it. How would you turn this story into a comic book story, and help him do it? But other than that, yeah, it was fun doing this. I'm glad I got to read these stories, and I hope you'll check out my book when it comes out. And who knows, maybe the author of this book will check out my book. It's fine. Hey, I can take criticism if if he gets to see that, if he reads my first 3 chapters, if he wants to, you have to leave a comment in geeksandgamers.com. You have to sign up to their website. It's free. You can sub to them for $10 a month, but you don't have to. It's up to you. I think Geeks and Gamers is a great group of people, and I wanted to support them. That's why I dropped my chapters there. I support what they're trying to do with creating their own platform, their own website and everything. Sorry about the lighting. The sun is like flaring down on me. But anyways, thank you for coming. If you can't comment there in Geeks and Gamers, if you don't want to sign up, comment here on this YouTube channel. That's fine. Or you can hit me up in Twitter or on what is it called? Parler. I'm on Parler too. I just set up an account there. Or on Facebook. I have a Facebook account under the Mirror Sphere too. I'm trying to get this to become a platform bigger than just me. And I hope to see you all there. And hopefully we can all create something new. I'm just a fan trying to create something new for fans, you know. So, thank you for coming. I keep saying that, but I mean it this time. I hope you all stay safe, stay healthy, be good to each other, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Everybody out.